Hi, this is just a really quick screencast using Screenomatic.com to do a brief demo on how to create water drops or condensation on organic backgrounds or human beings or pretty much whatever you want. For the demonstration, all I did is went to Google and grabbed the first leaf image that I came across, and this one looks pretty good. And I went ahead and pasted it in. So I actually have a background, but I don't think you really need one layer. But anyway, to get started, we do want to create a layer here. So we'll create a new layer, Control-Shift-N, and this is the one that we're going to use our raindrop for, or create on. Then we're going to go ahead and take a round selection tool and kind of select a round spot that will become our raindrop. Then we want to go to our gradient tool. We want to make sure black and white is selected. We want to make sure it's a linear gradient. This first one that's selected here, mode normal, transparency off, and you want to, you can choose which direction you want your shadows to fall, but from this tutorial we'll do top right, or excuse me, top left to bottom right, like so. Boom. Okay, that'll become our raindrop. We want to deselect our selection though. You press Control D on the PC. I'm not sure what the Mac equivalent is. Alright, so we got our little gradient drop here. What we want to do is go to the layer. We want to change our blend mode. So go to blending options, and I'm using CS3. There might be slight differences in your UI depending on how you've got it set up and what version of Photoshop you're using, but I think this technique should work on up from Photoshop 7, I believe. Anyway, we have our blending mode here, and about halfway down is overlay. We want to select that. Boom. So as you can see, we already kind of close to having a pretty decent raindrop here, or condensation. We can add in some layer styles, and again, you feel free to adjust to suit. We'll start off with a drop shadow, and we'll get rid of the global light. We'll go down to opacity at about 50%. We'll come in roughly about the angle we kind of set up with our gradient in the beginning. And again, these are all just guesstimates for now, and I'm not trying to be exact. Then we'll go on inner shadow 2. We'll take it on the other side here. That looks good. Alright, let's hit OK and see where that gets us. Boom. That's a pretty good water drop. And if we want to add like a little reflecting on, we can. If we take a brush, I'll use a 6 point. Let's go a little bigger. Let's do like a 9 point. You can use a 6. The tutorial I went through today on the website, and again, I want to give these guys credit. I just forgot the link at work. They used a 6 point hard brush. I'm going to use a 9 point soft brush here. So I've got a brush. Go down and select, I guess, white. Again, you can experiment with whatever colors you want. And put on your raindrop. Beep. There you go. So there's a little reflecting. Actually, the hard brush might have looked a little better. Let's do that. Hit Control Z to erase what we did. Let's go to the 7 point hard brush here. Alright, boom. Alright, so there's our water drop, and you can move it around over different things, which is kind of cool. You can create a duplicate layer. Oops, I'm blowing the controls here. Layer, duplicate layer. And interestingly enough, if you duplicate the layer, it kind of gives you your water drop a little more hardness, stands out a little more. So you can actually, if you wanted to, you can keep them separate, or you can group them. I'm going to go ahead and group them by going down and selecting both, and then go into the layer menu. I think it's Control G to group them. I'm not sure though. Group layers, Control G. Yep. All right. So now we have a group. Again, same stuff, and we can go ahead and duplicate it. Duplicate group. So we've got another water drop, and we can go ahead and transform it. You can deform it and do a whole bunch of cool stuff. Once you got your basic drop, you can rotate around a little bit. If I could work the controls, I don't have my mouse in. Probably generally want the reflecting still line up. But anyway, you get the general idea. You can go through and create a bunch of drops pretty rapidly that way. Again, I didn't figure this out. I saw a great tutorial on the web on how to do this. Unfortunately, I don't have the link, but if I get it, I will give them credit. Hope this helps you out. I'm mainly doing it for selfish reasons though, because like I said, I don't use Photoshop that much and I'll forget what I do. So that ends this tutorial. I will post more as I come across and go through them. Thanks.